Hey toy fans, Aaron here. Today taking a look at the Clone Wars release of the Magnaguard Fighter. This vehicle came out in that blue line of the Clone Wars, as you see here. That's represented by the blue stripes or accent painting on the box, and came out in 2009. Overall box design has a nice look to it. Top left corner is your Star Wars The Clone Wars branding. There was two subsets to this line, with the other one being the Legacy Collection. That represented your original trilogy and prequel trilogy movies. And then this, if you haven't guessed, represented the Clone Wars show. Front and center on the packaging, great image of the Magnaguard Fighter with a space scene and big orange planet in the background. I don't know which one that is, but otherwise various Magnaguard fighters also in the background. Notation that you got some firing missiles to this vehicle, and then on the bottom right is the name of this particular vehicle. Left and right sides of the packaging are identical. Got the Star Wars Clone Wars branding up top, and then the same image that you saw from the front being shown here once again on each side. Only this time you get a little bit of the Vulture droids peeking out on the upper right. Top of the box, Star Wars logo. Big image of the vehicle that you're getting, and interestingly, the way it's just covering up the entire branding of the vehicle being Magnaguard Fighter. So you're only seeing a few of those letters. Bottom of the box, pretty much the same as the top this time, minus the image. And now you see the full Magnaguard Fighter text layout. Here's a look at the back of the box where it gives you your various callouts for the vehicle. Obviously the name in the top left, brief description in the upper right about the vehicle, and then throughout the middle you got your, like I said, your various callouts, your opening cockpit, retractable landing gear, positionable thrusters, you got a staff storage, firing missiles, and then along the bottom are three other vehicles that were also available in the line at this time. Here's how things look when you initially bring it out of the box. Just a tiny amount of assembling to do, and you get an instruction sheet to help you out, but basically you just need to attach the thrusters on the back end of the vehicle. Each position has a little notch in there, so you're not going to insert these the wrong ways, and then two missiles that you just slide into position, and you're ready to go. And here it is all assembled. Overall design of the vehicle looks great. As far as the toy is concerned, it seems very representative of how it looked in the show at least what I recall. And it's got a decent size. As you see me holding it in my hand, I think there's definitely some playability with it. It does measure 11.5 inches in length. That is from the tip of the thrusters to the front tip of the bottom missile. And you're getting about 12 inches wingtip to wingtip across. And overall height, I say you're looking at roughly 2.5 inches. It's hard to get a good measurement, but it's somewhere in that neighborhood. Overall coloring to the vehicle, it's got a very nice, like a metallic purple sheen to it. At some angles, it comes across more silver, and then, it hits the right point in the light, and that purple really comes to life. Aside from that overall purplish color, you've got some dark gray accents also being done. Each of the front missiles are done in this color. You have some dark gray tubes wrapping around the thrusters in the front on each side, and then kind of some piping running along the top side of these outer missiles. Decent design there, nothing overly spectacular, but it does liven the toy up a little bit. You got the dark gray tips on the back side of those wing missiles, and then same dark coloring being applied for these little fins coming off the top and bottom of the thrusters. And then as for the thrusters themselves, you got some yellow painting at the front of the engine. And those tail pieces do spin around a full 360, so you had a bit of playability with that. On the outer side of each of those missiles is a Kaleesh logo, I hope I'm saying that right, which is the symbol for General Grievous's species. You also have a portion of that logo painted on the top side of the vehicle. One nice little side feature is on the top side of each wing along those missiles is a compartment to hold the staff of the Magnaguard droid. You got some nice detailing being done inside the compartment. Lots of inner machine workings, some gears, and just various deco being sculpted in. Again, no additional painting in here. And then as far as that staff, like I said, it does its job for the most part. It does hold the staff. On the particular figure that I grabbed, also from 2009, I did need to pull off these clear ends here with the purple electricity painted on in order for that staff to fit in there. I didn't run through all my figures to see if that's the case on each one, but at least for the one released in '09, that's what you're going to run up against. The outer missiles on each side of the vehicle do shoot out. You got a tiny little button on the side of each wing to launch those missiles out. One thing to the top of the vehicle that I don't know what it's there for is there's a little peg hole. I just opened this out of the box, so I know I'm not missing anything to the vehicle and nothing in the instructions for it, so maybe there was a design element that was going to be included and eventually wasn't. I don't know. As far as the rest of the design of the vehicle, it's pretty much just panel detailing being done, which I'm just fine with. That's how the vehicle looked. As I said, this was done in 2009, so we were not getting a lot of weather detailing, or I should say anything beyond just a basic vehicle look. So this falls very much in line with how things were at the time. And then bottom side of the vehicle carries pretty much the same pattern of panel detailing. You do have 3 retractable landing gears. These do have a nice little snap to them. When you pull them out of the body, they stay in position and hold the vehicle well. And then spinning back around for the front of the vehicle, the canopy does open up to reveal the inside of the cockpit. And that canopy, as you can see, kind of some smoky color plastic there. Little bit of a darker silver coloring for the plastic wrapped around that window. The canopy opens up nice and wide and reveals a decent interior. Bit of seat detailing, little hoses off each of the side, done in, I'd say, a dark gray color. And then for the control console, very large cylinder piece done in a matching body color, that purplish sheen to it. And then some panel detailing for the console itself. Nothing dramatic, basically just some burgundy colors painted in. Little bits of blue colors along the bottom for some button detailing. And then handles placed in for some flight controls. No articulation to those. They're stuck in the position you see here, but that's just fine. Placing in a figure, this is also, as I mentioned, from 2009. Magnaguard droid fits in there just fine. The hands reach the controls with no problem. They managed to hold on also. And you can close the lid, which is, I feel like a weird thing we have to call out. But, there are some vehicles you have a hard time closing the lid with the figure in there. So overall for me, it's a fun vehicle. It hits the marks for the design, how it looked in the cartoon. And while not overly detailed in its sculpt or enhanced with some really, really highly detailed paint applications, for me this hits the mark. It was just a background vehicle. You're able to build out the world with your toys more. And while basic in its playability features, there I think the marks are hit also. Missiles shoot out, you got some thrusters that you can spin around. So if you don't have one of these, I'd say this is one that I'd definitely recommend. So that's going to wrap this one up. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this vehicle in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.